Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and the Combat Patrol magazine is coming to the US. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Alright, so we recently did a full breakdown of the Combat Patrol magazine, but a lot of people had some questions, so let's take a look at the Games Workshop article from Warhammer Community. Combat Patrol magazine comes to the USA. Getting into Warhammer 40,000 is about to come easier than ever for those in the United States, with the arrival of the Combat Patrol, the subscription magazine produced in partnership with Hachette. Previously available in the United Kingdom and parts of Europe, the magazine will load you up with 9 full combat patrols across the length of a series. Each magazine includes miniatures, rules, and background lore, and the first issue is coming soon. Alright, so I've had quite a few people actually ask about this when it's coming to Europe, so I'm not sure exactly where in Europe it's available, but apparently it is already available in parts of Europe, so if you are in Europe and you're after this, definitely check up on that. But I do know officially it is in the United Kingdom, and then also the pre-orders have already started in the United States, so it is definitely coming here. And then I would imagine, based on success and availability, that it will later on be coming to places like the rest of Europe, potentially Canada, and other countries as well. The magazine is designed to introduce you to the vast and rich setting of Warhammer 40,000. Over the course of the magazine, you'll also get introduced to the core rules of Warhammer 40,000 as well as Combat Patrol game mode itself. So it is 90 issues long, and they come 4 issues in a pack once per month. And if you're interested in like the full detail breakdowns, the value, what comes in like the various combat patrols, what additional items are included for each of the various factions, and like the total value overall, the breakdown, the cost, all that stuff, at the end there'll be a link to the video that I break all of that down in. It is extremely comprehensive, and it goes into all the actual cost details, the MSRP of the models inside, how much you save, basically all the questions you might have answered in a single like 10-minute video. Your subscription will bring 9 complete combat patrols, Space Marines, Tyranids, Aeldari, Chaos Space Marines, Orks, Leagues of Votann, Genestealer Cults, Astra Militarum, and World Eaters. Each faction comes with an additional unit not found in their usual combat patrols with a new datasheet to use in your games. So in addition to the 9 combat patrols, each army also has 1 additional unit. In most cases, it's either a character or like a small vehicle. And with each of the combat patrols being like roughly 400 to 600 points, the additional unit takes it to about 500 to like 700 points. You can also upgrade to a premium subscription to supercharge your collection with bigger miniatures such as the hulking Brutalis Dreadnought and the Rogaldorn Battle Tank, which make great painting projects and ideal next steps for expanding into larger armies. So the premium subscription is basically an upgrade that you can do. You pay a couple bucks extra for each issue of Combat Patrol, so 90 issues. So you do end up spending something like $3 extra per issue times 90 issues, so about $270. But then spaced out periodically over time, you're going to get these additional 8 items included. So first is the Brutalis Dreadnought, then we have the Hive Tyrant, then we have the Chaos Demon Prince, the Howling Banshees, the Orc Killikons, the Votann Thunderkin, the Rogaldorn Battle Tank, and then the Genestealer Cult Character Pack, the Brood Coven. So a bunch of really nice kits right here. Definitely a nice little upgrade, and you do get quite a bit of value out of this, as you essentially are getting like almost $600 in miniatures for an extra $270. And that's going to bring most of the combat patrols from somewhere around like 500 to 700 points with the extra included models already, up to around like 600 to 900 points. So at that point in time, you're going to have the better part of a 1,000-point army for 9 different factions.
Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you.
Fans in the United States will be able to subscribe with our partners at Hachette Partworks. Pre-order now and you can get a special gift, available while stocks last. So I will have the link down in the description if you want to go over to Hachette and check out all the details for yourself or subscribe. It is still the pre-order period for now and available while stocks last, so I would imagine they have a certain amount of these that they're able to sell. After that, unfortunately, you are out of luck. I've had a lot of people comment about the previous subscription services. I've also had a lot of people in the UK tell me about how everything is going currently with their Combat Patrol subscription. And I think overall I've heard like predominantly good feedback. There have been some reports of issues arriving damaged or poorly packaged, difficulties actually canceling your subscription if you decided you no longer wanted it. But I think overall those are in the minority. The majority of people have said that they're extremely pleased with this. But obviously, because this is a subscription service and it does feature 9 different factions, it's definitely not for everyone. A lot of people would much rather build up like one specific army up to 2,000 points or 3,000 points and be able to pick and choose what units they get. But there's also predominantly like a large group of people that just enjoy building miniatures, putting them together and painting them. A lot of people don't actually even play the game. Surprisingly, it's actually the majority of people that are into Warhammer don't play regularly or have never played a game. So I think something like this is really ideal for people that are looking to play smaller games, looking to just branch out into different miniature ranges, or just want to build and paint a bunch of various different models. The overall value in this is somewhere around like 35 to 50% savings, depending if you buy the regular setup or if you buy the premium subscription. Also, some of the extra savings comes from the fact that you're already getting bundled miniatures in the actual combat patrols themselves, which have about like a 35% savings over MSRP. Not to mention some of the combat patrols that are featured in the subscription are no longer available. So the savings inside those combat patrols are not even something that you could get. So overall, my final conclusion with this is that it actually is a really good deal, but it's definitely for specific people. So if you're just looking to chase the meta and get the exact units you want to get to a 2,000 point army, this is definitely not for you. If you're the type of person that just enjoys getting random miniatures in the mail, building and painting them, this definitely might be something that's worth looking into. The overall savings on this are really nice, and I've got to say that when I actually do the breakdown and everything, it definitely looks like the premium subscription is the way to go. Unfortunately, the deal in the United States isn't quite as good as it is in the UK, as in the UK you don't get charged shipping, but in the United States you do pay a couple bucks shipping per issue, and because they come in 4-packs, that means you're paying on average like $10 in shipping per month. But the convenience of having it delivered straight to your door, especially if you don't have a close by Warhammer store, is definitely nice. So let me know what you're thinking about this. If you have any particular questions or if you have purchased any of the subscriptions in the past, let me know your experience, what you think of the overall factions inside this setup. Are you thinking about picking it up? And if you haven't checked out the in-depth breakdown video where I go through the actual like MSRP, the value, the savings, the total cost, the time period, all that good stuff, make sure to check that out. We'll have a link to that video at the end. But I'd definitely like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. So yeah, very cool to see the Hatchet Magazine Warhammer Combat Patrol subscription come to the United States. And I'm really pulling for all the people out there in Europe and Canada, Australia, all the other places out there that are excited for the Combat Patrol subscription and hoping it comes to their area. I would imagine in time, based on the success and availability of this, that eventually they will send it out everywhere, at least everywhere that it's viable. But definitely like the Games Workshop is branching out, partnering up, and doing more stuff like this. But I do understand it's definitely not for everyone. So that's it for today, and another touch on the Combat Patrol subscription. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.